you're going to come here and click open. A new window will pop up, and I want you to find the photos that you're going to use. I'm going to use these 4, and then you're going to hit open. All right, so you're going to have the tab open that is your background of your image, and I'm going to go ahead and select my crop tool. You can hit C on your keyboard as well, because I just want to trim it just a little bit on the left side and a little bit down here. Hit return to accept those changes. All right, go back up to my move tool so I'm not in the crop. To drag the other images that I want to then layer on top of this background image. So let's go to this other tab. I'm going to click in the middle, center, hold it, or drag it up to this tab. Don't let go, and then bring it down. And it's going to take the place of the other one. You can see over here on the right-hand side, you've got your 2 layers, all right? So let's work with this layer first. So what we need to do is make it a little bit smaller in order to be able to see the whole image. So to do that, we're going to hit Command T to open our free transform tool. And then we're going to scroll out. I'm doing that by holding the Option key down and then scrolling on my mouse. So now I can see these panels here, and I can make this picture a little bit smaller. This way and this way, just by dragging them in. Dragging it in even more. A little more. There we go. So I'm going to hit return to accept those changes. So now let's zoom back in so the picture becomes a little bit smaller. So you'll notice that they're still layered over here, but what I want to do next is actually cut the background out of this image so that my daughter will appear like she's standing on the mountains. So to do that, I'm going to come over here and select my pen tool. I'm going to make sure that this is selected as path, and then I'm going to go around her and I'm going to select her shape. So let's zoom in a little bit. We'll start here. So click, and it's just going to make my lines. You can make as many as you want. The more you make, the easier it's going to be to edit if you need to make changes. So let's scroll down. So when you're done and you click on the last thing, it's going to connect them all. So now I'm going to right click on that image, make selection. I'm going to have it feathered 1 pixel and hit OK. And then what I'm going to come down here and do, and I'm going to mask it. So then by zooming out, you'll see that it actually takes out all of the background, which is quite cool. So now what I want to do is I want to make this smaller. So she'll be standing up on the mountain here. So what I'm going to do is, because this layer is still selected over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to open my free transform tool again. You can do that by Command T. Let's see, click on it, Command T. And then what I'm going to do is make it smaller. I'm going to just move her up here, make it a little bit smaller. Let's see, she's still a little too tall for that. So let's see, we'll get her right on top of the mountain. So there she is. Let's see, maybe we can move her a little bit further over on top of this mountain here. Where do we want to put her? Let's put her here. So I'm going to put a zebra right down here. So she looks pretty good there. So with some images, you might want to feather the borders of them to make it a little bit softer, not as hard. So I'll show you what that would be, what that would do. If I double click on this layer here and I bring the feather up and let go, you see how it can soften it. But for this picture with my daughter, it doesn't work so well. So we want those layers to be pretty hard. So I'm going to bring that back down again. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring our zebra in. So let's click on this, drag up to our tab, and then drop it. So because it is quite large, we need to open our transform tool again, minimize it. And now what we're going to do, return to accept those changes. We're going to zoom in. And let's get our pen tool. And we're going to draw around our zebra. say we need to add in another anchor point, we can always come over here, add anchor point tool, and then click on it, bring it up a little bit, click on it again. You need to just extend it. There we go. Maybe one right here as well to get the full zebra. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to right click. We're going to make selection, have that one feathered. And now what we're going to do is to mask it. So see, our zebra is really quite big. So let's go back up to our move tool and now open our transform tool again, just to make that zebra a little bit smaller to fit in the area that we want him to go in. So we're going to click, we're going to drag. He's still a little bit big there. So let's put him right there. Enter. All right. So now say we want to change the sky and make that water. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and selected the sky here. I would like to add a couple more points just to make sure that I can move it so just beyond, so it fully cuts it out. Okay, move that out a little bit. I want to bring these down so that I'm not going to see any of the sky. So cut them into the mountains a little bit, add another anchor point there, add another one there. Command Z is your friend to undo. Let's see, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to make my selection. I'm going to hit OK, but now I need to invert it. So I'm going to come up to select and I'm going to inverse it. So it actually then changes it to the bottom. All right, so it's inverted now. So what I want to do is mask this layer. I'm going to go down here and mask it, and it's going to take out all of that at the top. All right, so I found this other image. Let's see if this works. So my move tool is selected. I'm going to click and hold and drag it into the background and come and drop it in here. So let's see if now, because it's above my background layer, it will cover the bottom part. So I want to drag this layer and order it so it's below it. Well, that's quite nice. So now let's open my free transform tool just to kind of adjust it a little bit. So let's see what we got here. If we move it around, so we need it to be bigger to fit both sides. But what we could do is we could always adjust what part of the water we see. I kind of like the top part. It looks like a little something in between there. There we go. So we've got some nice water. Hit return to accept it. All right, so what I want to do is cut out the center of the zebra here and add some wildflowers just in this belly area. But what is going to happen is that you need to make sure that your zebra layer is selected over here. Make sure your pen tool is selected and then that this is changed to shape. So let's zoom in and make that shape. We're going to have a little wildflower growing in the belly. So what the shape is going to do, you'll see, is start taking out, go around here. There we go. And we'll zoom back out a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to mask that right there. So let's zoom out a little bit. All right, so the next thing we need to do is drag in the picture that we want to fill that area. So I'm going to go ahead and select my move tool. And I'm going to find the photo, which is none of these photos actually. So I'm going to go ahead and open that, bring in the flower photo. So I want to bring in part of this photo. So I'm going to click, drag, hold it to that tab, drop it there. So it's going to take up the whole thing. So let's open my transform tool to make it smaller. We want that nice, this side over here. So we're gonna have those flowers growing right in there. All right, so now that I've got it approximately positioned where I want it, what we're gonna do is we're going to right click on the layer of that photo and we're gonna create a clipping mask. And then what it's gonna do is it's gonna clip it to that area that we just put in. And we can drag it if we want. We can make it larger. We can make it smaller. Let's go ahead and open our transform tool again. We can make it a tiny bit larger so we can see. And then we'll see those lovely colors. There we go. Enter. So let's zoom back out and see what it looks like. All right, so when we're all done, we're gonna go up here, File, we're gonna save as, we're gonna change it to a JPEG, and we're good to go.